So now let me start with the same topic, investment multiplier. As we were discussing, I think you all remember now what is investment multiplier. That is one time investment made in the business results into multiple generation of income. That is what is called investment multiplier. So if you remember all these what we learned last lecture, in the last lectures we learned about that the value of multiplier depends upon the value of MPC. So higher the consumption in the society, higher the multiply effect. If you remember, we have discussed this with the help of a table also. Now I gave you one example, and with the help of table we learned the investment multiplier. Now let us go ahead. This also I think I've explained, I don't remember. So if you see diagrammatically, you can see aggregate demand has shifted from blue line to the green line. That is because of rise in the investment. You can see here delta I. So there's a change in the investment this much. AC part, you can see this AC, there will be CA part increase in the investment, small dose of investment results into, you can see here, income has increased by this much amount. So there's a huge increase in the income with a small investment. Take your own example, students. Your parents are investing in you since your birth till now, but after you get graduation, after you become say around 20 21 years old, you'll start working, and you will be generating income till your death, till your life, till your retirement, right? So obviously your investment made for 20 21 years is going to generate income for maybe next 40 years. So this is what we can simply take an example of investment results into multiple income generation. So this is the diagram. I think last lecture we have drawn this diagram. So now let us take one case study. Okay, and you have to solve this case study in your notebook. So let us assume that, as you know, that infrastructure is one of the important sector in the Indian economy, and government keeps on investing in infrastructure like dam construction, road construction, bridges. Then government invests on various like storage houses. Government invest on transportation and so on, communication and so on. So government of India, let us assume, has increased its expenditure as investment expenditure worth of rupees say 400 crore rupees. Where they are investing it? They are investing it in power, bridges, dams, roads, and overall urban infrastructural development. This obviously will lead to increase in the productive capacity of the economy, because these are the infrastructure which are called as a economic overhead capital. Because once you invest in a capital is a produced means of production, right? So when you invest in the capital, that leads to further increase in the productive capacity of the economy, and that will result into what? Rise in the income not only of the government but of the whole economy. Okay, so based on the given information, let us calculate the value of multiplier, that is change in the income with the due to change in the investment. So the data given to you is this. Please note down the data. The value of MPC, we are taking two case studies, one 70%, other 80%. You all know the formula for calculating value of multiplier. What is the formula? Can anybody unmute and tell me? Yes, Swanand. What is the formula for investment? What is the formula for investment multiplier? That is K. Look into your books and you can answer. Yes. Don't put into chat box. I can't see your chat box.
K is equal to change in income upon change in investment.
That is fine. But here we don't have a change in income data. No, rather we are going to find change in income data. We have change in investment data, and that is 4,000 crore rupees, right? So what else formula I have taught you?
K is equal to 1 upon 1 minus MPC.
Very good. So K is equal to 1 upon 1 minus MPC. And you have the value of MPC, which is 70%, right? So simply put this value into formula. 1 upon 1 minus MPC. Get the answer for K. And once you get the answer for K, you have to put that value into your formula for change in income. Do it, all of you. Once you get the answer, once you calculate the answer, put into chat box. I can see your chat box now. If you're getting, if you are not able to understand, please let me know. I'll explain you once again. You all have the formula for K, which is equal to 1 upon 1 minus MPC, okay? So now I have given a sum. You have to use the data from the sum to solve, to get the answer for the value of K. And then you also have to find out the change in income, that is delta I नहीं है वो डेल्टा वाई, आई एम रियली सॉरी, वहां पे डेल्टा आई दिख रहा है, वो डेल्टा वाई है. डेल्टा वाई इज अ चेंज इन इनकम, डेल्टा आई इज चेंज इन इन्वेस्टमेंट. You can see how this sum is solved. The formula for K is 1 upon 1 minus MPC. Okay. So MPC value I have taken first 70%. So it is 0.7. So K is equal to 1 upon 1 minus 0.7. And the answer you get is 3.33. Okay. That means whatever initial investment we are going to make in this country, since the people are having marginal propensity to consume equal to 3.33, that is with every 100 rupees income rise results in percent rise in their consumption, 30% they are saving. So value of multiplier will be 3.33, that is 3.33 times the income of the country will increase. So if government makes investment of 100 crore rupees, it is going to generate income of 333 crores. 3 times the income is going to increase. Got it? So this is why we calculate the value of multiplier. So change in income will be what? The formula for change in income is K into change in investment. That is, whatever initial investment we are making, that is getting multiple by the value of multiplier, so that we get the change in the income due to initial change in the investment. So you can get the answer 3.33 multiplied by rupees 4,000 crores. And therefore you get the answer rupees 13,320 crore. That will be a rise in the national income of the country with government's initial investment of just 4,000 crore rupees. Students, try to understand this. Whenever government is investing crores of rupees on bridges, on railway, on industry, yes, it is going to generate income for many more years, and that will be in the multiple times. But all that depends on what? It depends upon the value of MPC. It is how much people react through consumption. That is, whatever increase in income take place at every stage, how much you are spending on consumption. More you spend on consumption, definitely more the income generation, because one man's expenditure is another man's income. You all know that. And that is the reason, with more the MPC value, we have more the multiplier value, and therefore we have more the national income generation. Students, just now think about Indian economy. Why Indian economy is called as an emerging economy? Why there are so many hopes? The world countries, the foreign countries are having trust on India, because India is a country which is having high MPC. As you know, population of India is very high. People in India, majority of them are middle class people, and you know, middle class people are those people जिनके आधे सपने पूरे हैं और आधे अधूरे हैं. And therefore they are always, with every rise in income, they want to spend their income to satisfy their, to fulfill their dreams. वही आप यूएस में जाओगे, यूरोपियन कंट्रीज में जाओगे, देयर पीपल आर ऑलरेडी रिच. They have everything what they can they have everything with them. So with every new rise in the dose of income, they are not going to spend much on consumption. They spend less on consumption, but they save their income more. Whereas in case of India, saving cannot be is not happening much, because income is not very high, and people are from middle class families, and therefore they, with every small dose of increase in the income, they are likely to spend, because most of their wants are yet unsatisfied, right? So intensity with which we spend, no, is very high in India. and that gives opportunity to businesses कि yes, if we start business in India, no, यहाँ पे income generate करेंगे हम लोग, people will spend on our goods only, so there'll be more and more demand as much as me create income for these people. This is why the MPC is very important for the country where investment is happening. Why many countries are FDIs are coming in India? The main reason is this MPC is very high. Yes, another reason is labor supply cheap in India. Highly qualified, skillful labor is easily and cheaply available in India. That is one reason. Agree. But one of the major reasons is ultimately the market. They get here market of labor also and market of consumers also. So whatever comes in India easily gets sold out. Why? Because MPC is high. So whatever businesses are growing in India, they grow still faster because of high value of MPC. I hope this is clear to you all. Now, with this example, if you want to note it down, no, you can note it down, or you can take a screenshot of this, how I have solved this sum. So now I leave it to you as a homework. Calculate the value of change in the national income and the value of multiplier with MPC value equal to 60%. Okay. So you'll be calculating the value of delta Y and delta K with MPC equal to 60%. Okay, and then you'll observe कि 13,000 crore rupees is the income generation with MPC of 70%. No, then MPC of 60% ka what is the value of national income generation change in the income? You will realize that see how MPC is important for the country. Got it, students? Something new you have learned, that see consumption is so important for the country. If people don't consume, then there'll be no businesses will be growing, there'll be no demand, there'll be no prices rising, there'll be no profit. So consumers are such an important agent in the economy. Not only producers, but consumers are equally important agent of the economy. Okay, so let us move to now the last part of the topic that we are learning since last, I think, two lectures, investment multiplier. That is, the theory says that a small of investment results into multiple income generation. However, this is a model, this is a theory, and you know that most of the theories in economics are based on some assumptions, and these assumptions cannot be found in reality. So the entire model, which is based on the assumption, and the assumptions are not the reality, then how will you apply this model to the real world? It becomes very difficult to apply things which are assumed under unrealistic conditions, right? So let us see one by one what are the unrealistic thing that we have assumed in this model, and that creates limitations to apply this model to our real world situation. First is availability of consumer goods. What the model says, that consumer goods are always available. That is, suppose government wants to construct a bridge of 100 crore rupees. For that, government has employed land, labor, capital, employ and enterprise. All together, expenses the government make on rent, wage, interest and profit is of 100 crore. Okay, let us assume so. 100 करोड़ का ब्रिज बना, ये चार जो फैक्टर्स है उनको एम्प्लॉय किया. नाउ दे गेट इमीडिएट इनकम. As soon as they get income while constructing a bridge, obviously they're likely to spend because they're human beings, they have to survive, and therefore they are going to spend on milk, on vegetables, on varieties of grocery items. And so if suppose उस मार्केट में गुड्स ही नहीं है तो क्या होगा? There will be only inflation. जो कुछ भी गुड्स मार्केट में है उनके दाम जो है 2 गुना 4 गुना बढ़ेंगे, एंड अल्टीमेटली इट इज नॉट गोइंग टू add to the national income of the country. So what this model has assumed, that is already enough consumer goods are available. So as soon as government invest in the business, immediate income generation will be immediately spent by public because goods are already available. But you know that reality में ऐसा नहीं हो सकता है. Let's take example कि दो गांव हैं, एक गांव लेफ्ट साइड पे, एक दूसरा गांव राइट साइड पे, और बीच में एक बड़ी नदी जा रही है, एक रिवर जा रही है, और वहां पे ब्रिज कंस्ट्रक्शन करना जरूरी है बिकॉज गवर्नमेंट को लगा कि भाई ये दो गांव को अगर हम जोड़ देंगे ब्रिज के साथ तो इन दोनों गांव में ट्रेड होगा, जॉब्स बढ़ेंगे, बिजनेसेस ग्रो करेंगे, तो इन दोनों गांव को फ्लोरिश करना है, हम लोग को प्रॉस्परस करना है. and therefore government wanted to construct a bridge. अभी ब्रिज तो एक दिन में जादू की छड़ी से नहीं बनने वाला है. It will take some months, some years to construct a bridge. ब्रिज बनने के टाइम दोनों जगह से ब्रिज बनेगा. एक गांव जो लेफ्ट साइड पे है और दूसरा गांव जो राइट हैंड साइड पे, दोनों जगह पे पिलर्स का काम शुरू होगा. धीरे 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 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 महीने 10 महीने 11 महीने धीरे धीरे वो ब्रिज पूरा बनेगा. लेकिन स्टूडेंट्स आपको पता है ब्रिज 11 महीने तक जो लेबर काम कर रहा है, जो लैंडलॉर्ड ने अपनी जमीन दी है, जो कैपिटलिस्ट ने अपना जेसीबी दिया है, कुछ भी रेती दिया है, सीमेंट दिया है, वो तो 11 महीने नहीं रुकेगा. उनको तो गवर्नमेंट को पेमेंट तभी करना है जैसे से वो काम करेंगे, उनको डेली पेमेंट किया जाएगा. सो व्हेन द ब्रिज इज अंडर कंस्ट्रक्शन, फैक्टर्स आर बीइंग इमीडिएटली पेड, सो दिस इज इमीडिएट इनकम जनरेशन. बट दिस ब्रिज कंस्ट्रक्शन के बाद ही दोनों गांव में ट्रेड होगा. तब तक प्रोडक्शन नहीं बढ़ेगा, तब तक कंज्यूमर गुड्स अवेलेबल नहीं होंगे. तो जो लेफ्ट गांव में जितनी चीजें हैं उतनी रहेंगे, राइट गांव में जितनी चीजें उतनी रहेंगी. तो अचानक से इनकम बढ़ने के बाद दोनों गांव में तो स्टॉक ऑफ कंज्यूमर गुड्स कम है, तो प्रोडक्शन तो नहीं बढ़ेगा. ब्रिज बनने के बाद ट्रेड, ट्रांसपोर्ट, प्रोडक्शन बढ़ेगा. तब तक क्या होगा? तब तक सिर्फ और सिर्फ इन्फ्लेशन होगा. पूरा ब्रिज बनने के बाद दोनों गांव के लोग, बिजनेसमैन, ट्रेडर्स यहां वहां ट्रांसपोर्ट करेंगे, तब जाके प्रोडक्शन बढ़ेगा, कंजम्पशन बढ़ेगा, कंज्यूमर गुड्स ज्यादा अवेलेबल होंगे. ये तो रियलिटी है ना. वी नो दैट दिस इज द रियलिटी. Already consumer goods are not available. Why we are investing in the bridges? Why we are investing in the infrastructure? Because government want to increase productive capacity. It is assumed already that there is already productive capacity. We have enough consumer goods, which is not the reality. So availability of consumer goods, it is a condition required for multiplier to happen. But in reality, it is not always possible that consumer goods are already available for sale. So immediate income generation, immediate consumption happening. No, this is not so easy in real world. अगर ऐसा होता तो इन्फ्लेशन कभी होता ही नहीं हमारे देश में, राइट. नेक्स्ट, कंटिन्यूअस नेट इन्वेस्टमेंट. It is assumed that in the multiplier model that every time a new production is happening, every time new income is generated, every time new consumption is happening, every time again new production is happening, so net investment is being continuously happening. Reality, it is not that easy. Continuous net investment need banks to be most efficient, needs business enterprises to have a riskless business, needs normal condition in the country, no war, no flood, no natural human calamities, no government policy changes. In all such a stable condition, you can assume that every time there's a continuous net investment happening. But in reality, it is not possible for the whole economy that every year we are continuously investing and investing. Yes, we have pandemic situation now since last 1.5 year. Where is the net investment happening? It is not happening. That investment is disinvested now. Many businesses have closed down. They have disinvested their business. So you cannot assume that every time net investment happening, because if the net investment is not happening, then multiplier process will get a break. नेट इन्वेस्टमेंट कंटिन्यूस होती जाएगी तो आपका मल्टीप्लायर प्रोसेस बढ़ता जाएगा. बट इन रियलिटी यू कैन नॉट अज्यूम नेट इन्वेस्टमेंट हैपनिंग ऑल द टाइम. देन इट इज अज्यूम दैट the multiplier period, there is no lag between the period. That is immediate rise in the investment. Government starts constructing a bridge, immediately there is a rise in the income of the people who are working on the bridge. Immediately these people who are working on the bridge spend their income on the consumption, and immediately the consumption results into generation of further income. That next group will again immediately spend their income on consumption. Another group will again get an income. Hey, this is not so easy. There can be lag. Some of us may think of why to consume, let's save our money. Some of may think of why to spend our consumption, let me repay my old debts. There are many other things that we have in our budget plan. So every time, with every new increase in the income, we are not going to spend a constant proportion of our income on consumption. This is a reality. Sometimes we spend more, sometimes we spend less. Even we never know, our budget keeps on changing depending upon the situations happening in the economy. So, but this model has assumed multiplier period is there. There is no time lag between the period. Another interesting assumption that was made is that there is always underemployment. There is always unemployment. in the multiplier, because every time with new investment happening, immediately investment kahan pe hoti hai business mein? Land, labor, capital, enterprise. So every time a new investment happening, immediately there is a employment generation, immediately there is a income generation. But for that there should be unemployment, no? Land, labor, capital should be available as unemployed resource to you. Then only you can keep on starting a business, keep on investing in the business and increasing the production. But what if full employment is there? What if in the country there are no resources available and you have invested, but labor is not available, land is not available? What will happen then? It will only lead to inflation. Suppose there are 10 businesses already working, economy was growing. I am the 11th businessman who want to enter this business. I'm the 11th businessman who want to enter this business. As soon as I enter the business, I see, oh my God, no land available, no labor available. How will I start my business? So what I'll do, I will ask the remaining 10 companies के जो employees है, जो landlord है, जो laborer है, I will ask them, how much you're getting there? See, rent, how much you're getting? 10,000, come to me, I'll pay 15,000. Kind of. So he will try to give incentive for hike in their factor payment, and thereby will take away the existing factor employed from one company to his own company, right? But will this increase production? Of course not. लैंड एक जगह से दूसरी जगह पे जाएगी, मतलब एक कंपनी से दूसरे कंपनी के पास जाएगी, क्या उससे प्रोडक्शन बढ़ने वाला है? टोटल प्रोडक्शन कंट्री में नहीं. There is only replacement of factor from one company to another company. It is not going to add to production. It is only going to increase the factor reward and thereby cost of production and thereby inflation, rise in the prices. So this multiplier model has not thought of full employment ceiling. There's a ceiling in the economy. See, you cannot continue increase production forever. Once you are fully employed, you cannot further increase production. Suppose you are doing a part-time job, someone else you offering one more job to you, so you can do another part-time job, you can do two part-time jobs, one more job you got, you can do night shifts also. How much you work for 16 hours, for 20 hours? Fine, you can even work for 24 hours, like Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, the great Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. You must have read his autobiography. He used to work for 22 hours a day, only 2 hours of sleep, और वो भी sleep में भी खाना पीना पकड़े सब. And that's how he became a barrister of India, the first barrister of India, right? So that lagan and that determination, all of us doesn't have. But whatever it is, even if we have a determination, how much you'll work in a day? Not more than 24 hours. So your full employment ceiling is 24 hours. Beyond that, on one single day you cannot work, right? So what after that? So even if you are being given more and more payment, you may only shift from one place to another place. If you're working in one company for 24 hours with suppose 1 lakh rupee salary for a day, another company is offering you 2 lakh rupees, you can't say then how will you manage 24 hours? भाई मैं ऑलरेडी एक कंपनी में एक पूरा दिन काम कर रहा हूँ, तो दूसरा कोई बंदा मुझे 2 लाख रुपए सैलरी, तो मैं कहाँ से डे में और कहाँ से एक्स्ट्रा आवर्स निकालू? यू कैन ओनली डू वन थिंग, एक जॉब छोड़ के दूसरा जॉब ज्वाइन करोगे, वहां पे को 2 लाख सैलरी मिलेगी, एग्री, लेकिन काम तो आप 24 आवर्स ही करोगे, उतना ही करोगे. It is not going to increase production of the country. It is only going to increase the cost of production and thereby prices. This is what is a problem with full employment once a country attains. But multiplier has not given a thought to this. They have assumed already there is a unemployment. So whatever investment is happening in the country, it is immediately going to generate employment in the businesses. Production will rise, income will rise. Immediately people will spend on consumption and so on. This is not wrong, but this is not absolutely will happen in the same fashion every time with the same intensity. Okay. Then availability of resources. See, actually, this is similar. Availability of resources is, as I told you just now, since this model assumes unemployment, that means resources like land, labor, capital, enterprise. These are the only resources we required for the production, right, students? So all these resources are already available. They are not fully employed. They are still unemployed. So they are available in the market. So you can go in the market, buy labor, buy land, buy capital, buy enterprise, that is managers, and you can continue your business with more production. But reality, if a country gets once full employment, you cannot be available. You cannot be with the availability of extra resources. So this is one of the problem with the limitations of the multiplier. Now let me move ahead with the leakages in the multiplier. That is, this is something different. As you know that initial investment obviously leads to multiple income generation. Agree. But there can be some leakages in the income generation process. It is one time investment made, yes, leads to many times increase in the income, but there can be leakage in this income generation process in the following ways. First point, पेइंग ऑफ डेट्स. एग्जाम्पल लो, 100 करोड़ का ब्रिज गवर्नमेंट ने बनाया, उसके लिए जो लैंड लेबर कैपिटल एंटरप्राइज थे, से 25 करोड़ वॉज पेड एज अ रेंट, 25 करोड़ वॉज पेड एज अ वेजेस, 25 करोड़ वॉज पेड एज अ कैपिटल का इंटरेस्ट, एंड 25 करोड़ वॉज गिवन एज अ मैनेजर्स का salary and the profit. Okay, so all 25, 25, 25, 25 makes up 100 crore rupees ka bridge. Now let us assume that all laborers are having a big loan with them. They had last time, they were unemployed, so they were not able to satisfy the demand of their family. So they had in the last time, in the last year, since they were unemployed, they had borrowed money from their from the bank, and they have survived for the last year. But now when they get income, let us assume all 25 crore that they earn, they use all that for paying off debt. Huh? So out of say 100 crore rupees of income generation due to breach construction, right? Let us assume MPC is 100%. Huh? Let us assume MPC is 100%, यानी 1. पूरा 100 का 100 करोड़ लोग स्पेंड करे कंजम्पशन पे. गॉट इट. लेकिन इन चारों लैंड लेबर कैपिटल एंटरप्राइज में से वन ऑफ द ग्रुप, दैट इज लेबर्स ग्रुप, आर ऑल डेटर्स, and they decide we are not going to consume this month, let us pay off all our debts. So landlord 25 crore, capitalist 25 crore, and managers enterprises 25 crore, so all together makes up 75 crore rupees. The income will be spent on consumption on the next group in that village, in that area. The 25 crore rupees of the labor's income will be used to pay off last date. Are you getting? So what has happened? We were expecting 100 crore bridge construction will lead to generation of income for the first time 100 crore. That 100 crore the next group will spend on the next third group. Again 100 crore income generation, and so on. But what happened in the first step only, out of 100, even though MPC was 100%, still only 75 crore was spent on the next group. So next group got income not of 100 but of only 75 crore. So there's a leakage in this multiplier process in the form of paying off dates. Now आप कहोगे कि मैडम थोड़ी ऐसा होगा, क्योंकि जो 25 करोड़ लेबर ने पे किया है, किसी से कर्जा लिया था ना, तो उसको तो पे किया वापस, तो उसका तो इनकम बढ़ा ना मैम, तो वो तो स्पेंड करेगा ना. एग्री. तो वो तो देश में स्पेंड करेगा, तो वो तो इनकम जनरेशन में ऐड हो जाएगा. लेकिन स्टूडेंट सोचो, आपने कर्जा लिया लास्ट ईयर, जिससे कर्जा लिया उस बंदे ने उस ईयर का कंजम्पशन कम करके आपको दिया ना पैसा. The group from whom you have borrowed last year, say 25 crore rupees, that group have curtailed their consumption by 25 crore last year to give you a loan, and you are now paying back your loan to him. So it is not going to actually add into in anyone's consumption. It is only going to just transfer the money from the hands of debtor to creditor. Last year they have reduced consumption, so this year they are just compensating for the loss of consumption, nothing else. Let's not take interest over here. Got it? So paying off dates, so whenever we are paying our dates, we are reducing our consumption, and that will lead to less income generation. Example, take my salary is say 1,30,000, okay, and I'm having a housing loan of 50,000, let us assume. So 1 lakh 30,000 और कैलकुलेशन फिर होगा. 1 lakh की सैलरी है, 50,000 my housing loan है. तो when I am earning 1 lakh rupees, let us assume I spend all my income on consumption. So I'm supposed to spend all my 1 lakh rupees. The next groups on the groups on which I'm going to spend my income will get another dose of 1 lakh rupees. So total income of the country will be 1 lakh of my income and 1 lakh of the income on whom I have spent. But I am having a housing loan of 50,000, which I have paid from the month. So now I'm not able to spend 1 lakh rupees. I can only spend 50,000. So the next dose of income will be not 1 lakh, but will be 50,000. Why? There's a leakage in my income generation process because I had a date which I'm paying off. Got it? So this is why when you pay off your dates, there's a leakage in the process of multiple income generation. Next, holding of idle cash balances. I support Narendra Modi's demonetization policy only for this. What was the problem with Indians? We have banks, we have Janadhana Yojana, we have now banks everywhere now, gully gully mein banks. Still we have ATM centers, so whenever we need money, we can use ATM cards. Even nowadays, we can use ATM card to as a debit card to make payments for the groceries that we buy in the shops. Nowadays, Google Pay is available, everything is available. Still, we people, I don't know why, hold cash at home. Narendra Modi realized this that a lot of money is being held, that lakhs of rupees people are holding as a cash at home. And that money, can you imagine, students, the lakhs of rupees at every home? So much of money which would have been someone else's income when you have spent have not become income. I'll give you an example. I had been for a training in Jabalpur during that monetization thing. After that monetization, demonetization. So one of the teacher, he was who was there with me. He was from the some Hingoli, the village area. The professor from village area. So he was telling me my house, my wife is a homemaker. She's not working, but from monthly whatever money I used to give her for spending, I was not aware that she was saving her money. Every month she was saving her money for since long. Even he doesn't know from when she was saving money. एंड जब डीमोनेटाइजेशन डिक्लेयर किया था नरेंद्र मोदी ने, नेक्स्ट डे उसने घर से ही अपने 3 लाख रुपए हस्बैंड के हाथ में रखे, भाई ये पैसे 500 के नोट है, 3 लाख रुपए मेरे पास जमा हुए हैं, ये जल्दी से जल्दी उसको कन्वर्ट कर दो, बैंक में जमा करो, एंड नहीं तो हमें पूरा लॉस हो जाएगा. That time he was just surprised. My wife, who is a homemaker, how she managed to save 3 lakh rupees, and that too at home. He was happy with her saving thrift. But why was unhappy? Being an economics professor, you should have convinced your wife that why don't you open an account and have an RD over there. See, the 3 lakh rupees, maybe for 10-15 years, she was saving that say thousand or thousands of rupees of notes. इमेजिन 10 साल में 3 लाख किसी और को लोन मिलता था, किसी और का बिजनेस स्टार्ट होता था, कितने लोगों को जॉब मिलता था, कितना मल्टीपल इनकम जनरेशन हो सकता था. बट जस्ट बिकॉज रॉन्ग कंसेप्शन और नॉट हैविंग अ बैंकिंग हैबिट, पीपल आर कीपिंग their money as a cash at home, and you are just missing the opportunity for the economy to grow. Got it? So holding idle cash balance does not give you anything. घर में कैश रखोगे तो उसका फायदा किसी को नहीं, ना आपको है ना किसी को. आपके घर में जो कैश है आपको कुछ फायदा नहीं है. दे आर जस्ट योर फ्यूचर गुड्स. जो कैश अपने घर में रखा है, क्यों रखा है? अच्छा दिखता है गांधी जी का फोटो इसलिए रखा है? नहीं, आपने उसको बाद में कुछ आपको खरीदना है. यू वांट टू स्पेंड फॉर योर कंजम्पशन, दैट्स व्हाई यू हैव केप्ट इट. Then why not to keep it in the bank? Yeah, you will get a good rate of interest on that. So this is a problem. Reality, people are holding idle cash. So whenever you get income, you keep some cash at home. You don't spend. So whatever you don't spend does not become income. Simple, right? So spending results into income generation. If you don't spend, income generation will be stopped. And that is the reason there's a leakage in the multiplier if people hold more idle cash balances, students. And that's the reason I support Narendra Modi for his demonetization, only for this reason. I don't want to talk about the impact and the negative effects of the demonetization, but yes, this was the main reason why he demonetized. See, Narendra Modi, uska dimag ka idea nahi hai. He has got a chief economic advisors, 10 to 15 people are there working with him, who are advising him, and they have advised properly based on this theory which you are learning, students. ये जो आप theory पढ़ रहे हो ना, यही theory पढ़ के chief economist ने नरेंद्र मोदी को suggest किया कि भाई demonetization करो तुम, because people are holding idle cash balances. जितना लोग cash hold करेंगे उतना consumption नहीं होगा, जितना consumption नहीं होगा उतना और income generation नहीं होगा, and you are reducing your multiplier. So whatever investment is being made in the economy, in the businesses, leading to income generation, does not lead to further income generation because people are holding cash. They are not spending. Spending is must for the economy to grow. Got it? And that's why this is a leakage in the multiplier. If people have a habit of holding more cash balances, multiplier process will break. That is why students, Modi Sarkar has supported, is stressing on more and more digitalization. He is stressing on every bank should allow net banking, Google Pay, and all these facilities should be allowed by every bank. This is a rule. There should be ATM center everywhere so that people no need to hold cash. Yeah, you just make payment, auto debit karo. You can have online payments, and that's what the benefit we all have enjoyed during the pandemic. We could make a lot of payments sitting at our home. We were able to buy, and that all has been happening because of digitalization. So why not to take the benefit of technology, and why to hold cash, right? This is what we learn from. So students, what we learned that multiplier is now very active in India because most of us are using digital payments, and thereby, yes, we all are able to add into the multiplier. मेरा salary, I never get my salary in my hand. It's already there in bag. ये भी rule है. Government has made it compulsory that no one should get a cash in hand as a salary. They should get it. It should be credited in their account, and from account you can take out the money. तो इससे क्या हो रहा है, जितना कैश मुझे चाहिए उतना ही मैं निकालती हूँ बैंक से, बाकी पैसा बैंक में रहता है. उस पर बैंक ऑलरेडी, यू नो दैट व्हाट द बैंक डूज, एज अ लोन टू पब्लिक, and thereby that money is flowing in the country, creating more businesses, more income. Another leakage in the multiplier will be imports. Yes, suppose that in India, say 100 crore rupees of a bridge has been constructed, but out of 100 crore, these all four factors of production decide, okay, 25 crore we will not spend in India. We will use it to import goods from other country. What will happen? Out of 100 crore rupees of consumption that was supposed to happen in India, only 75 crore money was spent in India on Indian goods, and remaining 25 crore goes out in the form of import payments. So multiplier will be licked by 25 crore rupees. So 100 crore of income generation is licked by 25 crore because we are importing goods from other country, and our that income which is going outside will lead to multiplier in other country, not in our country. Got it? So whenever we import students, it leads to leakage in our income generation process. Got it? And that's the reason, student, why every country wants to restrict imports. They always want to increase exports, because exports से क्या होगा, दूसरे कंट्री का इनकम हमारे देश में आ रहा है, so that will lead to further multiple generation of income. So always every country supports exports policies, promoting policies, and always restricts the imports. Got it? So this is also one of the leakage in the process of multiple income generation. Another leakage in the process of multiple income generation is taxation. Yes, whenever government tax us, that part of income which we were supposed to spend on consumption actually goes for taxation. So that much of my consumption will fall down. I know that I'll be taxed in the next month. So what I'll do this month, I will try to curtail my consumption so that I am able to save some money from my income that I will use to pay for my taxes, right? So obviously my consumption will fall, and you know that one man's expenditure is another man's income. So if I am spending less, another man on whom I am spending will get less income. Simple. And that's how multiplier will shrink. There'll be leakage in the multiplier if government tax too much. And that is the reason, students, Indian government has decided to reduce the on taxation. As you all can see, government is slowly, gradually reducing the. We are now only having GST. Very soon, थोड़ा बहुत जो excise duty VAT है वो निकल जाए कुछ सालों के बाद, and there will be single GST. What the government is dreaming about, they are having a objective in the mind that only single GST of 16% will be charged very soon in India. So imagine that time taxes will be less, we'll be having more income with us, and so we are likely to spend more, and that will lead to further income generation. But right now taxes are higher, so more income is going in the payment of taxes, so less is left to pay for consumption, and therefore less income is generated in India. This is what is a leakage in the multiplier. So government has to know this. If I tax more on public, consumption will fall, income generation will fall. Ultimately, the aim of economic growth cannot be achieved. And that's why students slowly, gradually, if you see the taxation policy of India, government is slowly, gradually trying to reduce the effect, the impact, the burden of taxes on us. Yes. Next is increase in the prices. The multiplier process will be leaked because of inflation. Example low, suppose you wanted to buy 100 rupees worth commodity. Your income is say 100 rupees. So all 100 rupees you were supposed to spend on one commodity. But now suppose the price of the commodity has gone to 200 rupees. What will happen? You won't be able to purchase a commodity so you'll be purchasing only half of the commodity. You're going to reduce your consumption with increase in the price, right? तो आप उस कमोडिटी का हाफ ही खरीदोगे, कंजम्पशन कम होगा, कंजम्पशन कम होगा तो ऑब्वियसली इनकम जनरेशन भी कम होगा.